Hey there everyone, Mazarok here, and today I want to talk about what I'm doing to get ready for my Zero to Hero series. This was suggested to me by some people in my community Discord chat because it's something that was fun that we could do to, add more content to the channel, but also, kind of spice things up a little bit. Someone had also suggested, because I've done all the tanks, right? I'm timing 15s on every single tank. I'm timing 20s on multiple tanks. I kind of got that part down, so maybe try healing. Flip the script on me and, kind of punish myself by, seeing what tanks can do to healers, seeing what I do to them, and probably why I have no healer friends. Little inside joke to all of my actual healer friends, who are probably going to enjoy watching me suffer greatly during this. So, the idea behind this is I had a level 50 priest on Alliance Dark Iron Dwarf from way back when, that I leveled up to 60. I just got it up to 60 as of filming this last night. So I'm gonna do this video talking about what I'm doing to get prepared, but at the same time, we're gonna talk about kind of some of the limitations that I'm putting on myself to not make this too easy. I'm delinking my Raider IO, so no one can see that I have any sort of rating whatsoever on this. I am on a brand new server and I've had very little gold. So I started this character, had 500 gold. I'm up to about 12.5k right now through selling some stuff through the auction house and things like that. Just trying to kind of do what I can to multiply my numbers, because I'm not buying a WoW token for buying legendaries or anything. So it's quite literally, I've got what I've got and I have to play this up. I can't buy a unique equip 262. I can't afford it. But I am allowing myself some of the account-bound stuff from my previous characters. So the Unity Legendary, I'm not going to go through the process of Zerothmorris just to unlock the second belt Legendary. There's no point. I can just make it on a 190 or whatever. So I'm going to help myself out a little bit there. As well, I'm not going to be farming Tourgas because that just sounds unpleasant and not very fun content. Let's face it. My Death Knight has like 30 some odd thousand Soul Ash and like 15,000 cinders or something dumb. So and they are account bound, so I am sending that over. I did spend 500 gold for the renown to get 40 renown with Kyrian, and I'll probably, once I have a little bit more gold to play with, I might do the other covenant, so then that way I can actually swap covenants around a little bit to see if, if anyone needs me. Like, hey, note Ventier. I'm like, hey, I'm a Venti healer, I can do that. Because, I mean, you lose a lot of damage with Boon, but on your way to KSM, it's not as important. They'd much rather just be happy that you're like, oh, okay, you're Ventier in our Halls of Atonement. Great. I did spend 500 gold as well on the conduits, just because I do not feel like farming all of those out. That just kind of sounds like it sucks. But yeah, so I hit 60. I'm item level like 130 at this point. I start the Kyrian process, and I go over to get to unlock Mechanicos, which I talked to a couple healer priest friends of mine, and they all said it's really, really good, but I mean, you can choose the other ones as well, but it's all about kind of that boon damage. So that's kind of what's making Holy Priest really, really strong right now. So boom, go to Kyrian land, get that done. But yeah, so those are some of the things that I'm going to be doing. As I'm getting ready, I get the conduits. I learned here, by the way, do not use the Incense of Infinity or whatever to unlock all your 200 conduits when you're on the quest to use those conduits, because you'll bug out the quest and you'll have to abandon it and then restart it and stuff like that. I actually had to like fully restart the game, which was kind of unpleasant, but I got Mechanicos done and things like that. So yeah, there's a few account bound things that I'm allowing myself, but not a whole lot, right? So I'm just trying to get things going as much as possible. So here you see me exactly what I'm talking about. I use the Incense of Infinity, and it does not go well for me, and I have to restart. But I think this is going to be a really, really fun project. I have healed a little bit in the past. I had a Holy Paladin. My Paladin was originally started as Holy for that purpose, because I wanted to kind of try healing a little bit. I did not like it. At the same time, everybody says, well, yeah, but you're healing in melee. And one thing I've noticed as well is, like, I have a lot of audio cues for when I'm tanking. Like, hey, frontal, move. I'm not getting those frontals, and I'm dying to them. I've been hit by frontals where usually I get an audio notification, and I'm a very audio-based person, right? So I listen to a lot of the boss cues and things like that. I play with game sound on for that reason, because I work my way through the audio, and that's kind of how it works. DBM is very, very good to me in that way, but that's where it is. So I put in my Mechanicos conduits. I just followed, like, there's probably better. All I did was just follow the Wowhead guide for Mechanicos on this is what you should do. So if you have any corrections for me, let me know. I quite literally know zero about Holy Priest. I know zero about Priest in general. Fun fact, this is the last character that I have to get to max level. I have every other class leveled up to 60, and I had it somewhat geared by the end of 9.1, but I had never once gotten a priest up to level 60. So this is the first one. So when I say I know very little about it, I know very little about it, which is one of the reasons why I chose priest. I also had a level 50 Alliance Shaman, but I did do some healing as Shaman in Mythic Plus. I think I only did between like 5s and 10s, and this was obviously months and months and months ago. But I felt that experience would kind of help me a little bit too much, and I really want to try to learn from scratch. So I opted for the Priest. Yes, I know they're kind of, Holy Priests are kind of the meta now, but, you know, Dark Iron Dwarves are awesome. My Priest was a Dark Iron Dwarf at level 50, and it's the last spec that I had. So that's why I chose Holy Priest. Literally, it's not quite of a meta thing. It's just literally, it's the last thing that I had. And it's nice to say, hey, yeah, I've leveled up all classes to max level. Like, you know, it's just a nice thing to say. So here I'm gathering up callings, kind of doing what I got to do. I got my renown up so I could unlock that little capstone for Mechanicos. But then I had to go to Tourgas. Now, when I was in Tourgas, I realized that the guild that I was in, the worst guild ever, that's not me saying that, that's the actual name of the guild. So I decided to find a guild. I'm not going to let them know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just going to kind of play it off like I'm dumb. But that I'm also not going to play it off like, hey, you know, no, I'm brand new. I have no idea what I'm doing. Because I don't want them to carry me. And that's the idea, is whatever guild that ended up taking me, I did not want anybody being like, okay, well, he knows what he's doing, we'll carry him through 15 or whatever. The point of this for me is to earn it. So some of the limitations that I'm also putting on myself while I'm doing this is, if I'm running my own key, I'm not taking anyone who's like Valor farming, who's got 3k IO coming into my 5 just to Valor farm. I'm going to take people that are around the same IO as me and wanting to push keys, because that's where the challenge is, right? Now, if I get into somebody else's key and they choose that, I can't control. Plain and simple, I can't control that. I can't control who they take. That's just part of the pugging experience. So I am going to be doing a mix of pushing my own keys and finding other keys to pug into to really kind of work everything around, because obviously to get that 2500 IO for KSM, I need every dungeon, and I'm not going to get every dungeon as my own key. It's just not going to happen. So then I had to do the whole Tourgas thing, which I realized that Holy Priest in Tourgas is actually kind of fun. I got that ability where, like, when you kill a non-trivial enemy with Shadow Word Death, you get a little void form that follows you around and that like deals a bunch of damage. I actually had quite a bit of fun doing this, I got to admit. It was just a little starter intro thing, because you have to do it to be able to kind of get into Korthia and then into Zerothmorris. But that's what I did. I went around, I did Tourgas, just the one little opening thing, and I had some fun. It was a little bit difficult because, again, I was like item level 130 at the time. I still was just powering through as much of the main quest as possible to get to Zerothmorris to start getting some of the catch-up gear, because that was the whole point, right? I don't have any gold to spend on auction house gear or anything like that, like, you know, the crafted stuff at 230 and all this. So I have to earn all of this myself. So getting anima and getting some stuff there is kind of the goal. So my entire thing was, as the night was going, get there as fast as possible to spend what little anima I have on 226 greens and try and find whatever purples I can through Zerothmorris, through chests and all of that fun stuff. But I did have some fun through Tourgas. I have to admit, it was a lot funner than I thought it was. And then, of course, then you go in, you do that, and you start the whole unlocking the legendary process, the rune carver, which I think is the main reason why this is still not skippable when you start a new character and you have to do this, is because they want you to unlock you have to unlock the whole legendary making process, which They could honestly just do an entire skip for that. So I did the skip, relogged, boom, Sepulchre, the first one opens. Let's go. I think I just walked right into Zerothmorris at this point. Like, I just kind of, I hit the skip, but I didn't talk to Bolvar. Yeah, I just went right to Zerothmorris. Sorry, it's still early morning and I need my coffee. But yeah, went right to Zerothmorris, which I will admit there might have been a few angel forms. I was trying to power through this as fast as possible to try and get into some sort of dungeon. So I just literally went looking for gear, getting the patterns within patterns, getting all the stuff that I needed. Now here I could have gotten the patterns within patterns first, but whatever. It is what it is. Had I been thinking, but I was not thinking. And I started my gearing process here, try and get some renown, all that fun stuff. Kind of just start building myself up a little bit. I am going to be doing some questing in Zerothmorris in my off time. I think I might do this on stream. I don't know if I'm going to do this in Holy or Shadow. Retrospect, I really honestly believe I should have done all of this in Shadow here, just because things hurt a lot and things don't die quickly as Holy, especially ungeared. So here you're going to see me just kind of, boop, I don't even know what hit me. I was full health. I was insta-dead and like, okay. Luckily there was a very nice druid that ended up rezzing me while this Dune boss came up. And then I went and did the world boss, which I actually did, you know. Okay, so my healing wasn't fantastic, I have to admit. But I was healing. And I was doing an okay job at it. There was a couple people that died because my raid frames changed because of the size. The size got too big for what they were before. And I was doing okay, and I was starting to build up and kind of do everything. And then Angel Form appeared again. While doing that, I really could not take a hit at all. As like, I think I was still item level like 130 at this point. Like, they were taking me for a carry on this world boss. Absolutely, no questions asked. They were taking me for a carry, but I was doing some okay healing, and I was kind of, you know, keeping things alive and doing everything, but I got really lucky, and I ended up getting the helm off the world boss, so that was definitely a nice starter piece that I desperately needed. So there's zero complaints there from me. I can turn that into tier, so when I get the Cosmic Flux, because there's definitely, see, boom, and boom, I didn't notice I was trying to get a cast off, boom, didn't notice the ground effect there, and 2 hits and I'm dead. But the boss is almost dead. I was able to put out some extra healing. If you see on the meters, it's nothing great, but I'm also like item level 130 healing, probably item level 240s. Up next was taking all the anima that I got, putting it back in, and buying some anima gear from the vendor. I targeted some very specific pieces that I had just not received while leveling up. Like a chest piece, for example, you can see is item level 71, pants are item level 80, belt 90. So just trying to do those things to kind of upgrade some key pieces that I need to get into heroic, because that was the next step, was to get into Sanguine Depths to get my Flash Concentration legendary, so then that way I could, you know, not be completely useless in the first mythic that I do, so I at least have some sort of legendary help and legendary assistance, because I've got no tier, but it kind of worked out, so I did that, got some pieces that I need, had some fun, but up next, I had to get the new deal quest. That was the next thing that I wanted to do, and I wanted to farm Zerothmorris chests, try and get some new gear, so I went to Oribos, got the new deal quest, which is a PvP quest. Well, it's a quest in PvP mode. It's wrong to say it's a PvP quest, which you get items based on opening up chests in Zerothmorris in war mode. You do not have to do any actual PvP. You don't have to kill anything. You just need to be in war mode. So my deep, deep fear was that I was just going to get wrecked as an alliance at item level 1. I think I was still like 150 at this point in war mode, in Zerothmorris. I just thought I was going to get wrecked. Like, anybody that just wanted to cast like an Ice Lance or, you know, just kind of look at me funny, I just die. Then I did get a message from someone in one of the guilds that I applied for, and he asked, you know, hey, are you over 18? Do you have a Discord? Or, you know, they're a little bit of a group of older people that just like running content. They like doing Mythic Plus. I think some of the people in guild were like pushing 20s and stuff like that, which is really, really good. So I was like, kind of like, this is where I think, yeah, this would work. This could be a guild that I'm good at. And he asked me, it's like, You know, what do you like most in game? I said Mythic Plus. He's like, oh, well, how much content do you push? And this is where I kind of was a little bit more reluctant to talk about myself. And yeah, you know, I've got tanks in the 2900s and things like that. And if I honestly, I'd be at like 3200 if I tanked everything on one tank. But no, I tank everything on multiple tanks. So you can see that some stuff is all over the place. But that is what it is. So I ended up getting into that guild there. I'm going to leave it nameless for the time being. I went and finished my NU deal quest, and I got a new trinket. It's not a great trinket, but I chose the Cosmic Gladiator's Resonator, the Cosmic Damaging trinket. Basically, it's item level, and it replaced a 104, so you know what? I ain't complaining. Up next is Sanguine Depths, which we had a Demon Hunter that loved to pull big, and honestly, kind of, at first I was like, oh shit, because I'm thinking I have that Mythic Plus mentality. But I was like, wait, no, okay, this is heroic. This will give me, if he's pulling like this, he's going to make me challenge myself, and I'm not just going to be able to, like, do a normal dungeon, because in the normals, I was, like, just doing damage most of the time, because I didn't have to heal anything. So, like, very little did I actually have to put a heal out. So, here, this got to test me a little bit. I don't find it was difficult, but it was also a heroic, and I think I was item level, like, 210 going into it because of all the 226 greens and stuff that I got. So as you can see here, I'm just going through it. Some of the things, you know, I forgot to just go break the chains. I'm like, you know what, Divine Hymn, I can fix this problem myself. I don't take the damage if I'm healing the damage. Like, they're gonna die soon. I'm okay. But these are some things that I'm gonna have to learn. But then we went to Grand Proctor Borrelia, got my Flash Concentration Legendary, and I am good to go. I'm not showing you the rest of the dungeon, but I did finish it. I'm not one of those people that got my memory and my legendary and just bolts on the group, especially as a person with responsibility, aka healer or tank. Did not do that, so then I finished my patterns within patterns, got some more anima, and bought a few more key pieces that I needed. So here I'm item level 217 with no legendaries. So not doing too bad at all. Hopped over to the DK, got some Soul Ash and Soul Cinders, like I had said. I'm not farming that out in Tourgas. I don't have the time. I still have 6 tanks to upkeep. I love doing keys. And the process of fully setting up a character from scratch is a long one and can be pretty boring, so I just opted not to. Honestly, I don't think any one of you are going to be like, oh, you didn't do Tourgas? Like, who cares? So I made my legendaries. I made the Flash Concentration on the neck and the Unity on my belt. That's what WoW had recommended, so that's just what I did. I know nothing at all about Holy Priest, so I looked at the 2 top stats for Mythic Plus, because I'm not going to be rating on a Holy Priest, and I just made those. And then after that, I got my first Keystone, which is going to be a 2 Sanguine Depths, and I have not done it yet, but I'm item level 220-something, 228, which is perfect for the 2 to 3 range, you know. The gears upgrade, but I'm not over-geared for it, so this is where I'm going to be able to start my journey. So I really do hope that you join me on this. Come on by. I'm going to be streaming some of it. I'm going to be putting some of it on YouTube. Thank you very, very much for all of the support so far. Please like, comment, subscribe. The goal is 2K by June 1st. We're so close. I'm flabbergasted by all the positive support you guys have just been giving me. And let's keep that train rolling. And, of course, there is a Twitch link down below if you want to see me stream the Zero to Hero series or just tanking Mythic Plus in general. So thank you very much for all your time. Enjoy your day.